Isiah Factor Uncensored starts now.
And welcome to the early edition of the Factor Uncensored. Glad to see you and glad to have you joining us. And of course, in about an hour, we will see the United States take on Turkey for the big U.S. soccer tournament, part of World Cup. And of course, we want to remind you also on Monday at Japan will face Brazil in round 32 for FIFA in Houston on Monday at Houston Stadium. So if you want to check that out, I'm sure you can afford one of those tickets out there. But we are looking forward to the United States versus Turkey tonight. Go USA. I know Keyshawn is screaming USA. You have on your USA shirt today, Keyshawn.
I have my flag somewhere that you gave me. Where's my flag?
Man, you got to do better than that. That little lonely flag.
Sounds like you got rid of that.
We have Matt Horn here, executive. What do you call yourself? Executive director, producer?
The HBIC, Isiah.
Oh, okay. I don't want to know what those acronyms mean. We have Glossy Lips, Sonora Harris in the house, and patriotic Keyshawn Marshall.
Ooh, America.
We've had a busy news day, and of course, we got a lot to cover. How are you guys doing? First of all,
we're good. We're good. It's Thursday, almost Friday.
Yes.
One day to go.
Eve.
There we go. And we got Estrella signing in already.
Yes,
and of course,
Estrella.
We are glad to have any of you join us in the chat here at Isiah Factor Uncensored, and of course, Fox Local. Glad to see all of you guys. So before you get to the game, just spend a little time with us. We got a lot of news to catch up with, some major decisions from the U.S. Supreme Court today, including what happens at the border. But first, we're talking about the Haitians and the Syrians. Now, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in favor of the Trump administration, saying the Trump administration, the Department of Homeland Security, has a right to say no to the end of the protective status for immigrants who are here from Haiti as well as Syria. Now, that is more than 300,000 people who are here in the United States under the protective status. And as a result of this decision, the Trump administration can deport those individuals and also prevent them from working. Now, what was shocking from the Supreme Court, we heard from an associate justice, Elena Kagan, and she said, and this is rare from the Supreme Court, she says, this is all about race. She pointed out some previous statements made by the president, President Donald Trump. She pointed out and spoke it onto the record, which is rare. She said the president called Haiti a shithole country. She also quoted the president saying they may have HIV. They're harming the American bloodline, according to Justice Kagan, about President Trump. And she also says, President Trump says, why can't we get people from countries like Norway? She says those people are typically white, while those from Haiti and Syria are not. So that is just mind-blowing to have an associate justice address the president like that. The other part of that ruling from the Supreme Court was metering. And for many of you who are not familiar with metering, that's if Border Patrol meets you at the border, say at Texas, and you're coming from Mexico or another country, they can stop you before you come into the country. Now, in the past, with other administrations, individuals have been able to say, look, I am leaving a dangerous country. My life is in jeopardy. But the Supreme Court is saying until you're in the United States, you can't do that at the border. You have to be in the United States in order to use that process. So people will be stopped at the U.S. border. They can no longer ask for that protective status before getting here and putting boots on the ground here in America. So some very interesting rulings, two rulings for the Trump administration from the U.S. Supreme Court. Guys, what are your thoughts about that? And of course, we want to hear from many of our viewers out there and their thoughts about these rulings when it comes to immigration, the Haitians and the Syrians.
I mean,
Man.
for me, it's not surprising. I mean, I feel like that this is something that's pretty much in line with with what the Supreme Court would do. I mean, as most people may or may not know, but the Supreme Court is the majority of them were put into the Supreme Court by conservative or Republican presidents. So I'm not really surprised by this. I'm just not surprised by it. I feel like that, especially after RBG, after she had passed away and then she got replaced with conservative justice, it's not surprising to me. I'm just not surprised.
And of course, this was a 6-3 ruling, with the majority, the 6 being conservatives on the court. Guys, your thoughts, if you have any?
I have no thoughts.
Keyshawn said earlier, he goes, I'm not
talking about anything political.
Stuff.
Won't be.
I will say
you don't want to hear my thoughts, okay?
I'm not surprised either. It's we have a lot of conservative justices, and it just kind of falls in line with what we've been seeing with this story as it's been developing over the past few months, and we've covered on the factor as well.
And guys, when you talk about Sonora, when you talk about issues like we have a lot of conservative justices, which is accurate. When the Trump administration came into office, they made it a point. They said, we are going to stack the courts. Mm-hmm. They started in his first administration, and you start on the federal level. Then you move up to the appellate level, and then you focus on the big court, which is the Supreme Court. That was their goal. They worked on that methodically from his first administration to his second administration. I can recall President Obama could not get Merrick Garland onto the Supreme Court because the Republicans blocked him. But I don't think they worked hard as the Republicans to put their people in place in the courts. And I think many of us here in this country just forgot how important the courts are.
Yeah, it's definitely been a domino effect after the passing of RBG and just seeing the years long process of getting Kavanaugh confirmed, the controversy with him, and it's been a big slow burn, but here we are today.
And I think the thing too that people need to remember is when it comes to the Supreme Court justices or any federal court, I mean, that could have an impact on the country for decades, whether it's conservative or liberal justices and associate justices. It comes down to they will be in the court until they really decide to step down or until they die.
Yeah, it's a lifelong position. And of course, we saw that the biggest shocker was the overturning of Roe versus Wade.
Yes.
Many people didn't expect that. And it happened on our watch in our lifetime, So It shows you just how important it is when it comes to the federal judiciary. So,
well, and even to that point, Isiah, the other thing for me too is I'm like, I don't think people realize when it comes to voting and stuff, the importance that voting is, because although you're not voting for the Supreme Court justices, you're still voting for the president or the people who would put them into the Supreme Court. So I'm like, I'll tell people, I'm like, your vote matters beyond who's in the White House or who's in Congress or who's at local and state levels. It also goes to the Supreme Court inadvertently.
Yeah. And we've seen, Matt, recently a lot of political races where it came down to only a handful of votes. And when you think your vote don't matter, think again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Junaid Mansour says good. So Junaid, we need you to explain what is good. What do you mean by that? What does that mean? We want to hear from you. So expand on that comment.
They may be talking about your glasses. We don't know. Good.
Can you see my light when it flashes?
Yeah, Isiah, I can do that too. See, look.
Okay.
Meta glasses.
But I would just I think Matt copied off of me when I got my Meta. He's like, I gotta go get mine.
Listen, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, Isiah.
I would just be interested too to hear how the Haitian and Syrian community is responding to. It's like we said, this has been brewing for a while. Yeah. And a lot of people their status in the U.S. is at jeopardy now.
So, say the Trump administration decides they're going to deport, I think it's about 360,000, 370,000 individuals. Well, if they decide to hide in the United States, they've also taken away their ability to work. So, how do they make a living? I know a lot of people, like right here in Houston, they may work under the table, but can 360,000 people be paid under the table? Not likely.
Right.
And then they're going back. They left because they said it was dangerous. So are they going back? Are we putting their lives in danger by sending them back?
I think the only alternative at this point is for those people to seek asylum, but that's like a whole other process too.
Yeah. And like I said, with the metering in the other part, they are here. But here's the thing. The other part of that ruling was that the U.S. Supreme Court said once they are deported or the Department of Homeland Security decides that their temporary status has ended, you cannot go to another court. It's over. They're done. So there are no alternatives when it comes to the federal judiciary or any court, because the U.S. Supreme Court is saying, look, we have capped this. If the Department of Homeland Security rules and says you are here and you have to be, that's it. No other person to go to here in the United States. So it's a tough position to be in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very much so.
All right, guys. Well, let's move on to Venezuela. It has been a crazy 24 hours. I think we started the coverage right here. An earthquake there, 7.2, 7.5, more than 30 aftershocks, close to or around 200 people killed so far, more than 1,000 injured. And they're saying that's just the tip of the iceberg. The U.S. Geological Society is saying that it could take days, weeks, even months to assess the damage and to find possibly even more bodies out there. They're thinking the number of deaths could climb into the thousands. It's just mind-blowing. Now, one of our regulars here on The Factor Uncensored, her name is Carmen Marie Montiel, and she's on The Factor as one of our conservatives all the time. She had a chance to speak with our anchor, Caroline Collins, and she is from Venezuela, and she's made that clear on The Factor. She's talking about what's happening there in the country. Once again, her name is Carmen Maria Montiel. Let's take a look.
Montiel, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. And I understand you're from Venezuela and you still have a lot of family over there.
I do. Thanks for having me and to be able to tell the people what's going on. I still have family and friends. They're okay. Thanks God. That was the nerve-wracking yesterday, just checking on them, making sure they were okay. They have material damage, but that's the least of the problem at this point. The Caracas, La Guaira, Maracay, they are in complete destruction. The most important thing is the rescue effort, which is being terrible by the regime. Venezuela is a failed state under the communist regime. The reason why the fire department is not out helping the people is they don't even have tires to go out. You wonder why the army is not boots on the ground helping the people, helping in the rescue mission. Must be the same thing. They don't have tools, they don't have tires, they don't have anything. So this is neighbor to neighbor helping each other is really what's happening.
That's so scary. And we've covered the state of Venezuela and just kind of what turmoil they're in. Can you walk us through that a little bit? Why conditions there got to the point that they're at?
Well, communism. There you have it. 27 years of communism when they stole all the money, invest nothing in the country. Venezuela is in a fracture. Caracas is in a fracture. Every 50 or 60 years, there is an earthquake in Venezuela. They should have been prepared for this. Years ago, they were informed that they needed to prepare the infrastructure because another major one was coming, but they stole the money. They have not invested into the money. Like I told you, it's not only the fire department. Now the people need to go to the hospital. Hospitals have nothing. They don't have any inputs. They have no way to help the people. The hospitals are also destroyed. So this is a complete mess. A country that a regime that got Venezuela into this situation, and now they don't have the means to help the people. And what they did last night, instead of saying we're going to display the army out, we're going to display the fire department, they created another entity, another bureaucratic entity to manage the situation.
It's a crisis. It really is a crisis. And I know that the United States is trying to step in and send aid. What do we need to see from people here, you know, whether it be in Houston or just across the United States? How can people help? Because there's ways that you can help. We have a big Venezuelan population here. So what do you need most?
We in inputs, you know, for the hospital, you know, foods, baby foods. You know, they're already established GoFundMe. But my iron worry is, well, who's going to manage that? Mm-hmm. Who's going to handle this? How do we make sure that it reach the people that needs it? Because we already went through this in 1999, 2000 with a landslide. We raised money, we got a lot of inputs, and it was all wasted and stolen. So we need to have the United States managing this. Like I said, you know, take over the country. Venezuela is a failed state. Please do us that favor and just take over and manage this, because at this point, nobody in Venezuela trusts anybody from Venezuela trusts anybody to handle this, but the United States, the way they.
And of course, we're hearing that the United States will send relief over there. It's kind of our responsibility, since I don't know if you can say that, since we arrested former President Nicolas Maduro, you know, and many people would say destabilize the government, but some would say it was already destabilized. I think the new acting president is Delcy Rodriguez, and she's working with the United States. Hopefully they'll be able to get the resources over there that they need. I think President Trump at one point said, you know, we're going to try and get some of that oil and refine it and put it out on the market. You know, right now, Venezuela is a struggling country, you know, with serious financial problems, far from the glory days. I was watching a documentary on YouTube, and it talked about just how well the country was doing in from the 1950s to the 70s, when oil prices were great. You know, they were able to get $10 billion overnight, and it just grew and grew. And then, of course, corruption came in and just took over. But there's a lot of work to do. The research, recovery efforts are underway by first responders. And of course, Carmen definitely has her position about her homeland, Venezuela. So what do you guys think about it?
I think it's just unfortunate. I was reading earlier today that 164 people are dead. Close to 1,000 people are injured. It's just unfortunate. And I don't know how long. It probably will be years until Venezuela gets back. I don't even want to say on their feet, because they really weren't on their feet, but, you know, on back to normal. Buildings. I was looking at videos earlier. Buildings collapsing. It's just so it's sad. It's really sad.
I was thinking too, like, no matter how you feel about Venezuela's political situation, it just sounds like an earthquake was the last thing that the area needed. And like, as we've been saying, this is going to be a long recovery process, and just, you know, thoughts and prayers for everybody affected.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy to see it, and kind of to your point, Sonora, like, I mean, the country's already dealing with enough as it is right now, between everything with their political climate down in Venezuela, and then this is just, I mean, it's the last thing that they needed right now, especially with everything that's been going on for years in the country down there.
Mm-hmm.
And Magnolia Bell says, I don't think the United States should take over Venezuela, not under this administration. And prayers go out to Venezuela from Magnolia Bell. So, I mean, we have to do something, you know. This was part of the reason for U.S. aid that was shut down, I think, under the tenure of Elon Musk and Doge. What do they call that?
Yeah, Doge.
Doge. Yeah. They shut it down, you know, and Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. So he's been in constant contact with the acting President Rodriguez, and obviously we will have to send a lot of aid out there. And I'm sure those who are part of the Trump administration may feel like they have to do something, after indicting and arresting Nicolas Maduro, the former president there, who remains locked up here in the United States awaiting trial for his alleged crime of, I think they call it narco-terrorism.
Yeah.
So we will see. It's just a tough situation. People will suffer. It was already tough there. Imagine, with much of your infrastructure now gone. Where do you go to get food? There's no Red Cross there like we know.
Yeah. It's a difficult situation all around.
Absolutely. Well, we'll keep our eyes on this for you guys out there. Now we get to Keyshawn's favorite story from his hometown of New York City, where we watched that video. How long was that video? The video was about an hour, after the New York neighbor. Poor guy. So, Keyshawn, do we know for sure he was high?
I don't. Okay, so
he could have been dehydrated, and he just was thirsty.
I still have questions. A lot of the headlines say he overdosed. Narcan, the woman that woman right there saved his life. But wait. And
I remember, I saw that in the story, and she's one of the first responders, and hats off to her. What about those other damn people?
Right, they were there. Someone actually climbed up.
Yeah,
she was the last person up there.
One guy was like, he was the one who made people pay attention to the situation. Make it an honor?
I don't know. I just saw. So this woman got the honor, and that's the woman that you see in the video.
Yeah, and hats off to her. She did a great job.
Salute her.
It's the everyday folk who came together in New York City to help that guy. They're probably from Jersey, though, right?
Why you gotta do that to
the Garden State,
where you don't pump your gas. The only state in the country where you don't pump your gas. It's illegal to pump your own gas.
Oh, listen, that sounds like a personal problem.
Is that as a result of unions? What?
Oh, come on, Isiah. You always asking the questions.
I'm asking you.
I don't know. Let's Google it. I'll get your answer.
You got no damn answer. He threw out a smart factoid with nothing to back it up. I was impressed. I'm like, look at this.
That's hysterical.
You guys are not old enough when everywhere in the United States they had a service station where they come out, wipe your windshield, check your tires, check under your hood, and then pump your gas. All of that for free. Then they became.
They also give you like a glass of milk too.
A glass of milk.
A glass of milk at the gas station.
Or like a nice Coca-Cola, ice cold Coca-Cola to go.
I can distinctly remember like my mom buying leaded gas, and it wasn't unleaded, it was leaded gas for 50 cents a gallon.
What?
Yeah.
What was that? What year was that, Isiah?
Huh?
What year was that?
That was 19... like 75, 76.
Wow.
Because that's when I started getting my allowance, and every Friday they take me to the TG&Y, and I'd buy the same thing over and over again, a bow and arrow set. Every Friday.
The good old days.
Yeah.
I think they're school. I think they're clowning you right now.
Also, I want to say for our Fox Local viewers, we're about to go to break on Fox Local, but you can stick with us on YouTube,
where Isiah will reminisce for many more hours. This $5 allowance and going to Ponchos and eating at the buffet.
Was the milkman before your era?
That's his era.
The milkman.
Is that before?
That's the 50s, Sonora. I wasn't born then, or the 60s. I was born in the 70s.
I try to get context, but okay.
Isiah, I would never do you like that. I know better.
Hey, look, I'm glad I've lived a day in my life. I'm enjoying it, and I'm still.
Well, but Sonora's saying you're at least 100 years old, though. according to what she said.
100.
I'm half 100, half a century.
A blessing.
A blessing, yeah, that's a blessing.
Exactly.
I'll tell you.
Yes.
Won't he do it?
Amen.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, we're going to the next story.
But first of all, we need to figure out why they don't let you pump your gas.
Okay. So
Oh yeah. See, he's trying to pun it so he doesn't have to answer the question.
So in 1949, there was a state law passed, a Retail Gasoline Dispensing Safety Act. It prohibits it prevents fire hazards, reduce exposure to toxic fumes, and protect jobs. So that's the reason. It protects jobs.
It's about
jobs. Yes.
So
Someone
they still have guys
gas
pumping your gas, I guess, huh? That's a whole industry. I'd love to see that.
Someone's always there to pump your gas.
Stopped. Last time I went through Jersey was on a train.
Well, they're definitely not pumping your gas then.
Right. Where was I going? Washington, D.C. for the inauguration of one of the presidents. I'm not going to say who.
Oh. What year was
it? HW?
JFK.
Right after the milkman delivered your milk.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
All right.
All right, guys. And this is a problem we get calls about, and I can recall getting calls as a reporter about year after year here in the city of Houston and in any city I worked at, where people who pay their rent, live in an apartment, and they do follow the rules. They may have a car or two, but then they're running into the issue of being towed. And so when they have guests, family members, friends come by to visit their complex, those people are getting their vehicles towed. And I'm sure the homeowner, they are embarrassed. And it said, okay, here's a picture, I guess, that hit social media. If you're
That's a meme.
tow cars, baby, count me out. So tell me a little bit about this story. Here's
Sonora.
Oh, Sonora.
Yeah, so I saw this meme while scrolling, and I thought it was just so relatable. There's a lot. I don't have the statistics in front of me, but there are a lot of renters in Houston, right? And I mean, it's just like you said. There's a lot of anxiety that comes with inviting guests over. You want to make sure there's a place for them to park. And then when they're leaving, that their car will be there and it's not damaged. It's very stressful having guests over for sure.
And you know something funny? So story time, speaking of tow trucks, you guys ready for this? Okay, so back in the day, like 2018, I had moved out to Phoenix for a job at the CBS affiliate and 3TV and CBS 5 when I was out there. And the apartment complexes out in Phoenix, a lot of them have like the covered parking and stuff like that because it gets so damn hot in Phoenix. So there was a covered parking spot, and if you're under a covered parking spot, you had to pay extra to reserve your parking spot. So whatever, like that's not an issue. I mean, I didn't want to spend the extra money, but I did. So I had my car parked outside, and then I went out there like one morning or something like that on the weekend, and my car was gone, and I was like, oh my gosh. Mind you, this is in a gated parking lot too, so it's not like somebody got on there and stole my car and drove off, or not likely. So I go to the leasing office and I'm like, hey, my car's gone, do you know where my car is? And they're like, oh, where were you parked? And I was like, I'm parked in parking spot 20, whatever it was. And they're like, oh yeah, we called the tow company to come and tow your car because you were parked in somebody else's parking spot. And I said, BS, that is my parking spot. I pay for it every month. Here's the proof of it. And they were like, oh, our bad. We double booked this parking spot. So the good thing out of that, though, is I got a free garage because I also had like garage like parking spots as well at that apartment complex. So I made sure to work that to my favor. And I was like, listen, you guys are going to reimburse me to go get my car out of the impound. And I need you guys to give me one of the garage parking spots, not just a covered parking spot. Yes. And they did it. And so at the end of the day, I was like, I guess it's okay.
It was a win. It was a win.
Damn.
You know, and we heard from a lot of residents, Sonora, that said, you know, this is part of a shakedown by sometimes the managers of the complex and the tow truck drivers. And we don't know this for a fact, but it makes sense. If you tow and you call, you know, you get a little cut on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And
the tow company is making money. And the tow company is making a lot of money.
Yeah, I think, what is it, like $200-$300 or what is it?
Close to $300. Very close. I had so I was at Uptown Hookah Lounge when I first moved here, and I parked my car in the parking lot. I didn't pay for it. I just walked in and they towed the car, and I had to pay $300. And that's at a restaurant, but even at home, sometimes I have anxiety. When people park, people come to visit, they'll come upstairs. I forget later down the line, I remember, oh shoot, I didn't register their car. Like we're panicking looking for their car, because they will tow your car, and it's a lot of money to get it out. And they're not nice. No shade to the tow people, but they are not the nicest people. So they're cutthroat, you know.
Matt, you told me a story about you being the old guy on the balcony warning people about parking. Like, don't park there.
Okay,
They'll get you.
Right, exactly.
This is actually a good story.
Like
actually, hold on. Let me go ahead and grab my speaker. I got to show you proof. Hold on a second.
It's like that.
Okay, so do you see this big old speaker right here? Okay, so what I did, there was this one night, I may or may not have had a couple glasses of wine, nothing too crazy. So I was feeling good, and I also have microphones for the speaker, like for karaoke purposes. So my balcony overlooks Taft Street here in Montrose. And backstory with this, in this area, and Isiah and I, we have talked about this in the past, people get their windows smashed out in this area all the time. So actually
6 times for me.
Yeah, it's
how many times, Isiah?
It's either 5 or 6. So many I can't even keep up.
God.
What area does it happen in? All different areas, or?
It happened to me in Edo. It happened to me in River Oaks.
Oh wow!
It happened in Midtown, downtown, everywhere but my neighborhood.
Damn.
I pray that doesn't happen to me.
Well, be careful where you park. Yeah, I was gonna say, even today I walked outside and there was a new smashed out window just chilling on the ground on the back of my apartment complex. So back to the story that Isiah had brought up. So funny story, I was outside, and like I said, after a couple glasses of wine or what have you, and I was on the balcony with my microphone, and I was like, ladies and gentlemen, just a heads up, your car will get your windows smashed out if you are parking your car right there. And there's this one guy, he's like, I'm from New York, I appreciate it, yada, yada, yada. At the same time, though, there was one of the parking attendants, because there's street parking across the street, and then there's also a parking lot where they have the parking attendants. And he came around the corner, he's like, dude, shut up. And I was like, and I said, am I lying? Did I tell any lies? And they go, nope. And then they just walked away. And I was like, exactly. Back to my public service announcement.
Yeah. You saved the day, Matt. You saved the day.
Okay, guys, here's one that really ticked me off, but I won't give my opinion. I've become Keyshawn, so I'm just going to keep it to myself. Oprah Winfrey, during a speech and Q&A, she talked about Whitney Houston appearing on her show right after or right during her recovery from allegations of drug abuse or abuse. So she said, Oprah said that Whitney was scheduled to perform on her show, and Oprah said Whitney came and Whitney was high and fell off the stage, and Whitney got back on the stage and begged the audience not to take pictures. Oprah said they agreed to that. But fast forward to 2026, Oprah is telling every damn body about it.
We have the clip.
What's that? Oh, we have the clip.
Yep,
Okay,
we
go
have
ahead.
the clip.
Clean, but the day she then to perform in front of the audience, she was not, and she fell off of the stage. And I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
Wow.
So there you have it. But Oprah is getting a lot of backlash for now sharing that story.
Mm-hmm.
And many people are saying, why? What was the need? And Whitney Houston's family is firing back saying Whitney was not high. There was the stage was dark and she fell off, and that's it. And I think her security is also saying that.
Mm-hmm.
And now personalities like Ricky Smiley is jumping on the bandwagon saying, why does Oprah have an agenda mainly against Black people, her and Gayle? Like, they have gone after Black people as much as they can, but they've ignored Harvey Weinstein, who they had close relationship with. You know, they attacked Michael Jackson. They attacked R. Kelly. Well, can't really say nothing about R. Kelly.
Roberts?
Maybe that ain't making the case. Maybe that ain't making the case. But guys, what do you think about Oprah sharing that story? Do you think
it's something about Whitney?
Okay, go ahead.
Houston, that we took her death personally. It's like somebody in our family died. And it's hard for me to even make the live video because I get real emotional when it comes to Whitney Houston because, you know, we don't care about none of that. And that was something that we didn't need to know. We didn't ask for that information. We didn't need to know that information. We don't care. Whitney Houston is somebody that you just don't talk about in the Black community if you're in touch. You don't talk about the Obamas. You don't talk about Whitney Houston. We sensitive about Michael Jackson. And you don't talk about the Kings. That's Black royalty that you just don't talk about. We don't play about Whitney Houston. I know I don't. Because I don't care what her downfall was. We all have downfall. We all have had things that we're struggling with. We all have people in our family that's struggling with addiction, and we have lost loved ones to addiction, whatever the case may be. But why would you bring stuff like that up? Why is it when it comes to you and Gayle, right after Kobe Bryant died, Gayle interviewed Lisa Leslie, if I'm not mistaken, was asking her about a sexual assault case that he was found innocent of. And the fact that y'all are so out of touch with the Black community and been rich so long that you don't even know not to talk about certain things a certain kind of way.
Okay.
What do y'all think about that? Matt, as part of the Black community, what do you think about that?
I mean, I think that he hits it right on the head. I think Ricky Smiley really did hit it on the head when it came to it. Because at the end of the day, I mean, here's the biggest thing is you can't, it bothers me because Whitney Houston is not alive to defend herself when it comes to those allegations. And I think at the end of the day, I think there's three sides to every story. There's one person's side, the other person's side, and then truth. Mm-hmm. And I think that it's unfair to be airing somebody's dirty laundry out, especially for the world to see. Don't get me wrong, like I really like Oprah. I think that she's done a lot of great things, but I think there's also a lot of things that she's done, including this, where it crosses the line. It really does. Like if that would have been the case, say that back in the day when Whitney was still alive and she could defend herself and give her peace.
Guys?
Totally. Go ahead, Keyshawn.
Okay, so listen, I love Oprah. And I love Whitney Houston. And I think just why talk about this? Why bring it up? Even if it did happen, why are you bringing this up? I was telling Matt, this is 15 years later. Like, why? What's the point? What does this give us? Oprah, there were so many other things you could speak about in Paris. It doesn't make any sense to me. And she should be dragged. According to me,
I ain't gonna say drag. I ain't gonna do all that. Now,
Oprah needs to be dragged.
You know he means figuratively, not literally.
I think she's definitely wrong for this. I mean, what was the purpose? Why was it even needed? You know,
Yes. You missed it yesterday, Isaiah, but I had on, and this is just a coincidence, I had on my Whitney Houston shirt. So with that, like, I'm very biased. I love Whitney. I was raised in a Whitney household. I love her, love her, love her. And I also have a major respect for Oprah just as a journalist, period. But when I heard Oprah say this, I was just so disappointed because, like, again, why are you bringing this up? She's not here to defend herself. How is it relevant? Like, we all knew, like, Whitney had her issues with substance abuse. It's just I don't see the point in this story. Like, this is not revolutionary or anything. It doesn't give us any like good information. Like, just genuinely, what was the point?
What was the reason?
Like, literally. And to say it like just so publicly, I feel again like I'm biased, but like to put that on such a public stage is just I'm a little bit embarrassed, kind of. And maybe
Do you
that's me
think
being
it's because
parasocial.
Oprah lives her life so open from what we know, from the sister she didn't know about to the abuse she's went through? She's told it all on her venue, on her platform, from the TV show to her podcast. She's told everything. And does she have unusual expectations for other people out there?
Yeah, could she
That's
be
possibly.
immune or not as sensitive because, like you said, she's already aired all her stuff out.
Yeah.
And it's like it's no big deal for me.
I
Right.
told you I met Oprah when I was 18 and 19. I can't look. Keyshawn like, there you go with these old ass stories. Boy, I'm tired of his slavery stories. I did meet
Tell
Oprah.
the story,
I
Isaiah. Tell it.
was 18 or 19
good
working for
story.
WXOK Radio in Baton Rouge, and she came to Baton Rouge to cover what we would call back then the cancer corridor, an area where a bunch of people in Louisiana were getting cancer. And I was the only media there, and she actually stood there and talked to me. That's right when she lost all the weight. And I had a conversation with her, and I interviewed her. I was so excited. And she was very, very, very nice. And she said, you're getting started young just like me. I was on radio at 14. But I've been on TV since 5.
Who's gonna one up the next person?
I also wonder too if, like, so Whitney Houston's estate, like, they say that this kind of ruins or is kind of tarnishing her legacy, this story. I wonder if Oprah coming forward to say this does it mess up Oprah's legacy, or has it already kind of
I
been
think
in
it's a
question?
bump in the road for both of them.
Yes.
Because both of them are bigger than life, and both of them have given an incredible amount to pop culture, to journalism, to music, to with Whitney Houston and Oprah, movies. This is just a bump in the road, and people will probably forget about it
Next
in
week.
a few months.
Yeah.
I agree.
Don't talk about Whitney.
What?
So just don't talk about Whitney. Just let her rest.
I thought you said something about Michael Jackson. You were about to flip. Get out of here.
No, I need to rewatch the movie too.
Which one?
Michael.
Oh, okay. Not that Netflix movie.
Not the
Netflix documentary.
No.
Don't watch that.
No.
Yeah, don't. Damn you, Netflix. I started to cancel my membership, but they got Stargate on there and Star Trek. So I have
Oh well.
We know that outweighs everything else for you.
Right. My sci-fi. All right. Taylor Swift. Is she getting married? Is she preparing to marry Travis Kelce? That's the question. The football player. And how many of you out there care? So I'm going to let Keyshawn take over this one.
Okay. So I don't really care, but I know everybody else. Not everybody, but everyone laugh. Okay, so there's rumors that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift will be getting married at Madison Square Garden in New York City, which is an arena which holds thousands and thousands of people. I think that's crazy. Why would you get married in Madison Square Garden? There's like fans have found permits and venues and hotel arrangements that allegedly is related to this wedding. And I just think that it's nuts. And it's just so crazy how fans are really investigating this. It's just crazy to me. But I think I'm the only one who wants to talk about this. But yeah.
well, we know that Sonora is a huge Taylor Swift fan.
Oh gosh. I will say if it were anybody else, well, a certain person, if it were Beyonce, if she decided to get married at NRG or had a ceremony, I would understand. But with Taylor allegedly getting permits to have the city, parts of the city blocked off for certain days, if I were a New Yorker, I would be extremely irritated.
I mean, here's my take. Okay, so I'll say this much. I don't really care. But I mean, that's my first thing. I'll say this much. I am personally not a Taylor Swift fan at all, but I will give her her flowers and say that she's very talented with what she does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, I don't really care. I'm more interested in Travis Kelce. I mean, it's Pride Month, damn it. Let me have my time.
You have it.
But no, seriously though, I don't really care honestly about either one of them. I think that like a lot of celebrities, they make for good headlines, and I think that this makes for a good headline.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish the happy couple nothing but happiness and all of that fun jazz.
Totally.
I was driving in. I was trying to figure out, do I even know a Taylor Swift song? Do I?
Shake it off, shake it off.
Oh, I've heard that. Okay. Yes. But that's all I know. Shake it off, shake it off.
So we know in this group it's Keyshawn who is the Taylor Swift fan.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan, but I do know a Taylor Swift song.
Your singing right there just said otherwise.
She's no Britney Spears.
Right.
Now come on. Leave Britney alone.
No, that's my homegirl. She's from Louisiana.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she
well,
is.
never mind. That explains a lot then, Isiah.
Leave Britney alone. NWT 464 said, "Hi, Isiah. Do you remember me? We talked on Facebook a long time ago. You always tell me to go to bed, fool, or something like that. I'm gonna search my records and see if I can find you. How you doing? Glad you could join us here.
Hey, what's up, NWT?
What do we call this? The early edition of the Factor Uncensored. NWT 464. What is that? White Beezy 414?
What?
I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yo.
Oh, yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay. He said,
What you call me?
Joseph Minnick says, fake news. This S sucks.
No, no one wrote that.
That hurt my whole left side, all my feelings. I know he was talking about us.
No, he was talking about
I think he's talking about the Venezuela thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
He saw us start to talk, and he's like, I've had enough of this.
All right, Lionel Richie. Are we going to Lionel Richie?
Let's go to the last story.
Lionel Richie got dizzy while performing, and he was taken to the hospital. 77 or 71 years old.
77 years old.
77 years old. Still a spring chicken.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of entertainers who perform late in life. And it's not like he's doing like Janet Jackson control dancing and all of that. You know, he's a crooner. He's a balladeer. He sings. So, you think old entertainers should not... Keyshawn, do you think old entertainers should not perform?
I think they should perform. I love to see Diana Ross on stage. It's a moment, and she's up there.
She should be in her 80s, right?
Yeah.
Somebody Google her. Matt, Google her. You ain't doing nothing, Matt.
I'm putting up a lower third. Give me a second.
Hold on. Diana Ross.
All right, what did you ask me?
82 years old, y'all. 82.
Yeah.
I think they should perform. Lionel Richie, he's a little older. He's 77. But it was his first it was his first stop on his tour, and he already got a little winded. So,
listen, here's all I'm going to say. They can perform at the age of 77 if we have a president who's pushing 80.
That is true. That is true.
Willie Nelson still performs at 93.
Ooh,
that's very old.
We got Dolly Parton.
Yeah, Dolly Parton. But Dolly Parton's on a little hiatus right now. Right?
Yeah. I think the lead singer of the Rolling Stones, too.
Johnny Mathis. Did he die? I thought he was dead.
I thought he died. Ooh. Yeah, I think he died.
Chances are.
Hold up.
Johnny died.
Who's dead and who's alive?
That list is old, Isiah.
Really?
It wasn't updated.
Johnny Mathis.
No wonder they made all my hits. I know.
Oh, Johnny Mathis is still alive?
He's still with us, yes.
Oh, so you killing celebrities.
Oh, my bad, Johnny.
Nick French. Yeah, I remember you, Nick
My
French.
bad, Johnny.
And thank you for joining us here on the early edition of The Factor on Stream. Keep coming back.
Yes, come back. I want to get to this last story.
Well wishes to Lionel Richie.
Okay, so
I wrote my list down.
Okay, so
is that cursive, Isiah?
Yep, chicken scratch.
So this is a bizarre story. A woman was arrested, and they did a search.
The vagina story.
Yes. You know that story?
No, go ahead and finish.
Okay, so a woman was arrested. She got to the jailhouse, and they did a search like they normally do, and they found something inside of her. What was inside of her? A bottle of cupcakes.
You popped up Taylor Swift.
My bad. It was a bottle of
wine.
Bottle of wine inside of her. This is shocking. She smuggled a bottle of wine inside her into the jailhouse. This is crazy, y'all. What y'all think about that?
I did a cursory check on some of the things that women sneak in their vagina to jail. Wait, what? Who it is?
That's her.
Oh, that's her. Okay.
Who this? A bottle of cupcake wine.
One woman was arrested for sneaking a half a pound of cocaine into the jail in her vagina. Another woman put a pistol in her vagina and was caught. So, I mean, the list just goes on. Marijuana, you know.
I just know that wine was hot as hell.
and stinky.
Oh my god!
I've never heard of somebody sneaking wine up there, but I have heard of drugs. Never heard of a gun either. But just damn.
I've seen the ladies with the shoplifting and putting the bottles in the breast area.
Oh, I think that went viral in your Louisiana too.
Yeah, that's the way we do it.
So I just googled what is the length of a bottle of wine.
Oh God.
13 inches.
Of a cupcake? Wine?
The cupcake bottle is 13. Okay, we can't. Okay, let me stop talking about it.
Oh gosh, we gotta start getting ready to wrap up anyways. Look at the time.
Yeah, look at the time, y'all.
Crazy.
What time is it?
I do my research. Okay, so it is 8:55. We are off. We have 1 minute left.
So who are you guys betting on for the big game tonight? USA or Turkey?
USA. And
USA.
Everyone wave bye. Bye, everybody.
We have that game Monday at Houston Stadium. What is that? Brazil and what, Matt?
Japan. Brazil and
Japan. Nippon. It's not Japan. I just did a post about how Americans change the names of other countries so we can pronounce it better.
Horrible. See, American.
Portugal. Cape Verde. Not
Cape Verde.
Y'all gonna learn something with me on here.
Okay. Listen, we love
half
it.
100 years worth of knowledge.
All right, bye, y'all.
All right, see
All
you
right,
guys. See you
later,
guys tomorrow.
And